Welcome to Caleb's Basketball Pod. As promised, here's our Western Conference second half preview. Going to go over the standings here. We have Oklahoma number 1. They have a 8-game lead on number 2, which right now is Memphis. Sitting at the half a game behind Memphis for number 3 is Denver. Houston dropped a little bit. They're all the way down at 4 now. The LA Lakers are at number 5. The LA Clippers are at number 6. The Minnesota Timberwolves number 7. Dallas number 8. Sacramento number 9. Golden State number 10. Then you have teams like Phoenix, San Antonio on the outside looking in. They're out of the game by a game and a half, respectively, and about 3.5 for San Antonio. But then you have Portland, Utah, New Orleans sitting all the way down at the bottom. Now, looking at this, I believe Oklahoma is going to stay where they're at. I think they'd be number 1 in Western Conference, possibly number 1 in the NBA. Said from the start of this year, Oklahoma was going to be a force to be reckoned with. They made the right moves. Hartenstein, Caruso. We're still looking to see Hartenstein and Chet play more together, but they made the right pieces, in my opinion. Number 2, I don't think it's going to be Memphis. I do think Memphis will be in the top 4. But I'm going to say, with how they're looking, by the time the season ends, Denver's going to be number 2, I think. Then at number 3, I have Memphis. I think the Lakers will end up passing the Rockets for number 4. And then I have the Rockets number 5. I have the Clippers. I have the Minnesota Timberwolves number 6. The Clippers 7. Now it gets interesting here. I could see Sacramento dropping out. I could see possibly San Antonio coming in. But I think the biggest thing to watch is Golden State going up is one of the biggest things to watch. And also Dallas going down depending on how long they have to be without the bigs. You have to try to win games without your 3 7-footers right now. That's really difficult to do, and we know Kyrie can score a lot, but you need those bigs not only for score and help, but defense. Because right now you lack that size and you lack that rim presence and rim protection. So Dallas is a team I could see dropping because of injuries, and towards the last few weeks of a season having to try and make it and still be in that play-in area. So that's why I have Dallas in there. But Golden State, if they get on a 1, I could see them passing the Clippers and or Wolves and possibly not being in the play-in. Jimmy Butler's made an impact. Draymond Green said they feel like they can win every game now again. And he said that's that confidence you want. So that's the 2 things to look for. I'm looking for Dallas to possibly drop. I could see Sacramento dropping out of the play-in. I could see San Antonio coming into the play-in. Unfortunately, I don't see Phoenix moving up into the play-in because I don't think they've figured their team out yet. And until that happens, I don't see that happening. And then now there's discussion of Kevin Durant getting traded or signing elsewhere in the offseason. So it just looks like a mess in Phoenix, which I've spoke on in recent weeks. I don't see Portland, Utah, New Orleans making any noise and getting towards the play-in. But Portland has played better as of late, but now they're on a 3-game losing streak, which, happens. They're a good young team, but just takes 1 or 2 things to put them on that downward spiral, that downward track. Now, let's continue how I had it. So I have Lakers at 4, Rockets at 5. I have the Wolves at 6. I'm going to go with the Warriors at 7. I think because of issues, I'm going to have Dallas at 9. I'm going to have the Clippers at 8. And I'm going to have the Spurs, which right now are 3.5 games out and behind Sacramento. I'm going to have them at 10. And I think it's going to be a good experience to get in that play-in. And if Davis is not healthy and Gafford or Lively's not back, they could possibly upset Dallas with Victor Wembanyama on the court and Dallas having lack of defense against him. So it could possibly upset them. But I'm going to say Golden State's going to get in as the 7th seed. And then I'm going to say the Clippers are going to get in at the 8th seed. But that also depends, I believe, for the Clippers on a lot of, is Kawhi Leonard going to play? Is he going to be healthy around playoff time? We thought maybe last year he was going to be, and he ended up being a late scratch. But nonetheless, I feel that, like, the top seed's locked almost. If Oklahoma continues playing how they've been playing, and I feel they're about locked. I do think for Lakers, I think this is a shot. I think the biggest chance they've had to win a championship since their bubble championship that they won. And people was going to say, oh, but they made it to the conference finals. But even in the conference finals, just for me watching and seeing, I never really felt they had a shot to beat Denver. I feel they have a shot to beat any team in the West right now just because of the two guys that, like, LeBron will figure out how to play with Luka. He's one of the smartest players in the league. Luka's one of the smartest IQ players in the league. Both of them have a history of when the spotlight's bright and the lights are on, that they show up and they don't allow their team to lose no matter the roster. So, those two guys are hard to beat, and now you put them on the same team. I think they figure something out. I think they have a shot to go to the NBA Finals this year. I don't know if they can beat the Celtics or, say, the Cavs or the Knicks. But I think they have a shot to go to the finals. I really do. I think right now your biggest competition for LA is Denver. I think a lot of that is because Denver believes they can beat the Lakers. And at some point, with how many times they've done in the playoffs in the last few years, you have to wonder if the Lakers believe Denver can beat them. And you never want to believe that as a player, and I'm not saying they do, but Denver's had LA's number. And LA hasn't done much to combat them recently in the last few seasons in the playoffs. So that's just something to think about. But I think really Denver's the only team that I see that can really knock the Lakers out. I think the Lakers have a shot against any other team in the Western Conference, especially Oklahoma, because I think the inexperience would come into play and the Lakers would top them. But if they get Davis back sooner than they expect, and Dallas makes a run, don't count out Dallas going to the finals either, because honestly, right now, I believe Dallas, when healthy, has a better roster than the Lakers, and they're up there with the Nuggets and the Thunder when healthy roster-wise. So it'll be interesting to see where we go from here, and be interesting to see who does make it and who does come out of West, because I think it's going to be a dogfight over in the Western Conference. So stay tuned, and we'll keep talking about it. And by Friday, we will have had basketball on Thursday. So I'll see you then on that pod, and we'll talk some of the games from Thursday and the game from Wednesday, which is Charlotte and the Lakers. So we'll talk about that. We'll see how those games went. But thank you for watching.